Yo, what's up? I have a microphone and I'm in Sedona, which is amazing. And I'm hoping that I've timed this well enough that the sunset is going to go down just like as I'm talking to you guys on this vlog. So, yeah, welcome to this week's vlog. I'm in Sedona for one of my best friend's birthdays, Jordan Candler. She's an amazing dude. Look him up. It's his 30th birthday, and you know, what better way to spend it than this? Like, seriously, we've had the best 48 hours together. One of our other friends, Danny's here, and I just really, really value being with my male friends, with my brothers. And yeah, in this week's vlog, I just want to share with you some of the magic that's actually happened to me over the last week. Some of the lessons that I've learned, and specifically, I want to talk about how to tune into the frequency of opportunity that is all around us all the time. And I'm going to talk about that at the end, because there's been some amazing opportunities that have landed in my lap in the last week especially, but just, more so in the last few months. And yeah, I really want to gift you guys my insight into that, into how to tap into that, because it's actually something you can tune into. So there is a strategy that you can follow to do that, to access more opportunity, which gives you more results, more physical, tangible results and things that you want to experience in your life. So I'm in Sedona. Last night we were in the White Mountains in Arizona, and that was at a friend's place that I met a week ago. His name's Parker. He's a legendary human being and an absolute man of a man. And I met him a week ago, and we had another close connection, and synchronicities existed that brought us together, and he invited me to come to his place with Jordan and Danny. So that was a really incredible time, and yeah. Something he shared with us that really stuck with me was that the definition of integrity is wholeness and honesty. And that whenever we are not whole and honest, we create a divide with ourselves. And it feels like we're stretching ourselves apart because we're not being in integrity, that is, being whole with our truth. And so I asked myself the question, where am I not being honest and integrity with myself? And I came up with a couple of things, and I noticed, holy shit, there's a deer right here. I gotta show you guys this. This is crazy. Check this out. Hey there. What's going on? Just this Bambi. Okay, so that just happened. Let me get back to my page. Yeah, and a couple of things that I came up with is I'm not being in integrity and honest with myself about my sleep, my phone, and my energetic boundaries with that, and maybe with my time as well. Actually, definitely with my time. And where I'm also not being in integrity with myself completely, this is a high standard of integrity, right? Wholeness is what I just did there, which is maybe my time. I've noticed a pattern with myself where I don't fully commit to the truth a lot of the time, and I think this is a societal thing that a lot of us do that kind of allows us a buffer room to almost not be with the full sensation of what the full truth is. I'm not being in full integrity with my own time. I've noticed that I've been wasting some of my time, and I'm an incredibly productive dude, and I'm not being in full integrity with my time. It's I haven't worked out as much as I'd like to, and I know I can. And that's because I've not been in full integrity with my time. And so, yeah, so sleep, time, my phone, energetic boundaries. Like one of the things that I preach a lot of is, and share a lot of is just no phone in the mornings or in the evenings. And especially in the last week, I've been caught in that pattern a little bit. And that's how I know not to do it, because I know the impact of what it has. And the great thing about it is that I'm not stuck in that pattern. And so it's easy to break. It's just an awareness thing. And so what do we do? What do I do? Well, now I just, I'm not going to be hard on myself, but I'm like, okay, yeah, I need to have 12 hours of sleep tonight. I'm in a bit of a sleep deficit the last few nights. I'm going to clean up my time. I'm going to stop looking at my phone before bed, even though I miss my girlfriend right now, Taylor, and I want to text her before bed. And I'm going to be cleaner with my energetic boundaries. And, it's as simple as that. And I think honesty and integrity is just it's such a great thing when we can practice being brutally honest with ourselves, because we stop lying and we actually move closer towards the version of us that we truly want to be in the world. So Parker, thank you, bro. Man, I'm going to link this dude's information because you guys need to look him up. He's just such an incredible human being. I just got so much from being in his energy. Yeah, and another thing that we spoke about is that fulfillment is an art form, and that fulfillment can't be templated. Like you can't just copy someone else in order to feel fulfillment. So in business, you can model other people very easily and get the same results, right? But in life, if you do that, you end up becoming a version of yourself that is not truly you, because you're following someone else's path and not your own. And it's good to look at people and try on elements of who they are to discover your own truth in it, as long as you don't get stuck in it and think that someone else's way is the way. Because we all have our own unique code, like a blueprint in our soul. And it's like your soul, it's like you're a seed, right? Like ready to be planted. And each tree that's planted, even if it's from the same species of tree, it develops differently. Its branches manifest differently in different ways. They grow off in different ways. It responds differently to the environment. And that's like you and I as human beings. Even though we're both human, we both bleed red. I have a penis, you have a penis or a vagina, whatever. And then, but we're all different. We all have a slightly different code inbuilt into us. So, finding the art of, to find the art of fulfillment is to find yourself, is to truly tune into your path, your divine, unique path. And that there's something about this piece of discovery that I think gets to be said right now, is that I, at one point, thought that fulfillment was a destination. And I think that there's especially a lot of high-performing men who are mostly the people I coach and support. And these guys who are making a lot of money, successful in business, they often are unconsciously attempting to get to the destination of fulfillment through their bank account, through their possessions, and maybe even through their relationships and their health. It's like, once I have the perfect body, then I'll feel fulfilled. Once I have an amazing relationship, then I'll feel truly fulfilled. And, something just landed in this conversation yesterday for me, that the art of fulfillment is actually accepting that we're never going to have it figured out and enjoying that process of forever discovering. Like, the moment you stop stepping into the unknown in your life is the moment you kind of die on the inside, because life is a process of discovery. Like, we are here to explore and experience, and the newness of that is what gives us zest and aliveness for life. So tangibly, what that could look like is trying something new once a week, is asking your partner something about her or him that you want to know about, something that you don't actually know about, like an open-ended question. Like, if you had $100 million in the bank today, what would you do with your life tomorrow? You know, if you knew you were going to die in 90 days' time, how would you live your life? If you could do anything in this moment, what would it be? You know, these curious things, like, you know, if you could have a house anywhere in the world, where would it be? What would you design it to look like? It's like learning to ask curious questions, I think, in a relationship is especially important. So that's how you can start to create that in your life and, you know, in your relationships. I mean, it can also be as simple as, like, if you do jiu-jitsu, going to a Muay Thai class, or if you've never done a martial art before, going and trying it. It's just constantly, like, not needing to do new things all the time, but like putting yourself in that space of what's unknown. By the way, if you don't know this about me, I train jiu-jitsu, and I've been training MMA as a sport for the last 2 years. And honestly, it's been like the best thing for me, because I used to have a lot of ego, and I still do at times, self-admittedly. And one of the reasons I have this practice of MMA and jiu-jitsu is that it helps humble me, going 2 to 3 times a week, where there is always at least one person, if not multiple, who are better than me. And I get wrapped up like a pretzel and choked out or armbarred and submitted, you know, to these dudes who are sometimes smaller than me. And it's like, okay, thank you. Thank you for the lesson. I will humble myself. You know, I am not what my ego wants me to believe I am. I'm a fucking human. Like, and as a man, I just think that's such a valuable practice to have, as well as, like, actually learning how to physically defend yourself. Actually learning how to be someone who could take care and protect your loved ones. Knowing that you can show up whilst getting punched in the face is a really valuable skill to have, and for your nervous system to have. Because when I first got punched in the face in training, I wanted to run away. And that was when I knew I needed to double down and, like, really learn this skill. So I'm just gonna take a moment and pause. Wow, how's that sunset? Just gonna check the camera here and make sure we're good on lighting. Oh, we're great. By the way, if you've been enjoying these long form videos, like, please let me know, because it's really fucking, like, I enjoy this, and it's so much cooler to, like, do this for me than try to chop up a 90-second thing that, like, no one, you know, just to grab your attention and shit like that. I honestly cannot be fucked with it, to be honest with you. Like, I'm getting better at the short form content game in a more authentic way, but I just think there's so much noise in that space, and the content lasts like 30 seconds and then no one else sees it ever again. So that's on MMA anyway. You know, let's just pause and take a deep breath together. Take a moment for this sunset. You know, I tell every single one of my clients that if all they do today is breathe more and deeper, their life will get better. Like, seriously, I think we try to overcomplicate things, you know? And the reality is that what our body needs is for energy to be able to move. And energy can move when we breathe deep into our belly. So good, so good. You know, the final thing I just want to share with you guys is all about, like, tapping into the magic of the opportunities around us. because I've had some incredible opportunities the last few weeks. And one of them was meeting Dave Asprey, who is the Bulletproof Coffee guy, and it's an incredible health guru, at a party last weekend, and getting his phone number, and just all sorts of crazy stuff. I got invited to a conference on last Thursday, and I went to that and met some really amazing people, a business conference. I've got a meeting with a CEO of a very big private family office who are potentially looking to buy into one of my companies next week. And the right people are coming to my life at the right time. And Parker, who I just mentioned earlier on the vlog, is one of those. I met him at this party, and I told him I was, been living in Bali, and he said, "Oh, do you know Lincoln?" I was like, "What the fuck?" "Yeah, I know Lincoln." He's like, "Yeah, he's just at my place in Arizona." And I just connected Lincoln with Jordan, who's here with me now. And Lincoln had connected Parker and Jordan, and it turns out I was coming to Arizona, where Parker's from, and a week later I'm at his house. He's, hosting us, hosting us at his house. We stayed there for the night, and we just had this most amazing dropped-in chat. And his partner Genevieve's beautiful woman who cooks food for retreats, and I'm running a retreat soon, and so there's just so many synergies and synchronicities. And one of the things that I'm learning is that the people I've looked up to for a long time, who seem to have it all, I think that my belief is that all they've done is learn how to tune into magic more often, that they've allowed magic to unfold within their life. They trust that everything's being taken care of for them, and they notice the opportunities around them. They notice the frequencies around them. So instead of looking at the fear-based perspective of limitation and lack, like, what's this person taking from me? Or like, oh, do they not think I'm good enough? It's like literally being present with whatever is here and allowing it to take place and unfold without needing to try and control it. And from that place, things always unfold greater than ever before. So, if I was to summarize it into a strategy, I think it would be number one, write down and notice all the opportunities that you have in your life right now, because what you focus on expands. Number two, get clear on your vision. Actually know where you're going, where your internal compass is taking you. And in order to do that authentically, you need to tune out the rest of the noise of the world and tune into the beat of your own drum inside. When you can do that, you start to listen to that and say yes to that voice, even when it doesn't make sense. Yes to move to Bali. Yes to move over to the US. Yes to pursue a relationship with a woman that I just met at Burning Man. Her name's Taylor. These things don't make logical sense. But yet through the following of that yes, saying yes to my yes, it unlocks another door, and it unlocks more opportunity. And so, starting to do that, and then really noticing the synchronicities, noticing how you put out into the world, I'd really like to have a partner in my business, and then bam, the next day you're having a conversation about it. Because when you're willing to listen and look, be open to those opportunities, they come. They come. When you trust that everything's always working out, it always works out. And that's how we're creating our reality at the most fundamental level. So let me know what's helped you in this vlog or been helpful. By the way, I reply to people's comments. So if you want to hit me a comment or ask any questions, please do. I think that's it. Just super grateful to be sharing this, and I honestly love sharing this vlog. So please hit the subscribe button on YouTube, and you can connect with me over on Instagram. And by the way, if you didn't know and you've made it this far, I am hosting the Infinite Potential Retreat with psilocybin mushrooms, which happens every year out here in August. So if you would like to join me in that experience, please send me a message. I'd love to get the details to you. Maybe we'll include the link actually in the show notes here, or the comments below, because I'd love to tap in and share that with you. Yeah, I hope we can connect. Like, I really do. I have a genuine desire to help you and impact more people, because I'm just at a place in my life where, you know, my life is sincerely incredible, and I am pouring from the overflow now, and it's a very fulfilling place to be. So I hope this has helped. Let me know how I can help you in any way. Have an amazing week and life ahead. Keep looking out for the opportunities. Peace and love. Sign off.